Hey guys, we're tackling what's called the chain rule. So it's basically, this is kind of the formula that looks for it. You have inside the parentheses, which is your u, and then you just follow the power rule. So it follows the power rule. We multiply by the n, and then we take one exponent or one power off. But then here's a new thing. We have to take the derivative of the inside. And we use it for ones like this, because if you wanted to, you could multiply this out by 2x plus 1 times 2x plus 1 times 2x plus 1. And you can multiply that all the way out, get this huge polynomial, and apply the power rule. Or we could deal with it with the chain rule. So let's look at this here. So this is f of x here. So I'm going to introduce kind of what's called a u substitution piece. So I'm going to say let u equal 2x plus 1, all right? So then u prime equals 2, because I just took the derivative of that. So remember, the prime is just taking the derivative. So my u is 2x plus 1, and my u prime is 2. Now, since I let this equal u, I get u to the 7th times, so this is still f of x right here, u to the 7th, right? So all I did was say u is equal to 2x plus 1, so 2x plus 1 is equal to u. So if I apply the power rule to my f, to find my f prime, I just use this piece here. So what's n? N is 7. 7 moves to the front. I have my u, and I subtract 1, and I multiply it by u prime. Okay? So now I take my pieces that I said let happen. So this is stating a rule to the side. So then my final f prime is going to be 7 times 2x plus 1 to the 6th power times 2, which cleans up to 14, 2x plus 1 to the 6th power dx. All right? So that means I took the derivative. So that's where the chain rule comes into play. A lot of these are just kind of like the power by doing kind of idea. So we've got multiple different styles of these. The worksheet I chose to give you guys has what's called the package rule on top of it, and you really don't have to tackle that too much. So let's look at this here. Let's pick one. It can be done for anything, just so you know. So let's just I'll make one up. Sometimes when I make them up, they're ugly. So let's just say f of x equals the cube root of 3x plus 1. Okay? So to do that, we're going to rearrange this, and we're going to say equals 3x plus 1 to the 1/3. And I'm going to let u equal 3x plus 1. That means u prime is equal to 3. So let's just take this a little further, and we're going to say u to the 1/3. And so then my f prime is going to be 1/3 u, and then I'm going to subtract 1 off of that, so I'm going to get negative 2/3 times u prime. And then if I plug everything in, I get 1/3 u to the negative 2/3 times 3. Let's clean all that up. If I clean all this up, those multiply together and cancel, so I get 1 over the cube root of 3x plus 1 squared. Okay? So the key step to this, it's a short video. letting that equal U. Once you get here, so we substitute here. So let's do substitute. And then once we substitute, we apply power rule. We apply power rule and chain rule. That's the chain rule. And the chain rule is this, remember? It adds that U prime there. And then once we're there, we substitute back in for U. Okay? So that is our chain rule. We're using what's called U substitution to clean it up and then finish it. It works well for the more complicated problems. We'll practice some more in class tomorrow, and we will see you guys soon. Have a good one.